Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm back at the park again, getting ready to hit a smoke and drink some of this green tea that I'm very fond of. I don't know if y'all see that, but that's the moon over there, and I'm gonna take a wild guess and assume that it's in its just based on the fact that the shadow is on the right from my position. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that it's in its period of waning, not waning, waxing gibbous. Because it doesn't have enough of a shade to be in third quarter, which is what we know as half moon. Astronomers don't call it half moon, they just call it third quarter. And it's covering more than enough shadow to for it to not be in its crescent form, be that waning or waxing. So you just take an educated guess as a future astronomer and just assume that it's indeed in its waxing gibbous. That's not nearly the crux of this video. The crux of this video is to basically piggyback off some talking points that I made literally 4 years ago, before I came out to this place, before I came out to the centennial state of Colorado, and abandoned the volunteer state of Tennessee on a very bad note, which is probably the reason why I haven't been back in Tennessee since. I've been out since I've been in Colorado. This is all where I've been to and stayed at. I ain't been nowhere else these past dang near 4 years. Give me a minute. I'm gonna light this. About to light this cigar. Oh, hold on a sec. Yeah, took a little bit more of a sip of the green tea too, so y'all just bear with me. But okay, I got the cig lit now. Now, it's come to my attention. Now, this is something that I have gone out of my way on my channel to avoid as far as talking about, because I think I've made my point loud and clear on my last videos, like the videos that I made, the old videos. Those of you who are old subscribers to my channel, I think y'all probably remember some of the talking points that I made back when I was in Memphis, and even some of the videos that I made, since I've been out here in Denver. And a lot of y'all probably wondering, well, why did you even take those videos down in the first place? Well, because I had a lot of those videos, and a lot of those videos were getting flagged because of the things I was saying. Clearly, people were getting butthurt over what I was saying. So I was like, it ain't worth the hassle of getting all these community strikes that I was getting from videos that I had made years ago. I mean, years ago, like shit back from 2015. Because like I said, the talking points that I'm getting ready to talk about now, or piggyback off of, go back to 2017 when I was talking about tooling up. And I got a lot of views from that video. I remember that. But it's come to my attention that you have a lot of these crusty bitches out here making these memes, getting on TikTok, getting on Instagram, getting on some form of social media, and they're doing what incels who would do this, if they dared do this, would be shamed, ridiculed, mocked for doing. They're getting on YouTube, they're getting on Instagram, they're getting on TikTok, all these different forms of social media, and they're expressing their grievances due to the fact that men aren't approaching them like that anymore. And even though I don't fuck with this nigga like that, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I am subscribed to his channel, but I really don't fuck with him like that because I'm kind of suspicious of who he is and, you know, his ulterior motives. But Kevin Samuels did a video tonight, or should I say last night, because it's almost midnight, if it isn't already, about and you know, the name of the title is Winter is Coming. Yep, it's midnight now, right on the dot. But yeah, he did a video about winter's coming, and he's, you know, I guess he's trying to warn all these crusty bitches who've in the past have, you know, shot down, you know, the quote unquote good guys for all the Pookies and Ray Rays, and now that resources are depleting, things are getting, you know, really bad out there, they come and looking for these quote unquote good niggas. Now, if you remember anything that I was saying when I was talking about how bad it was in Memphis, it seems to me that what's just now starting to happen out in the rest of the world is something that's been going on in Memphis. Y'all losing y'all's gravy train. Whatever it is that y'all have been using and relying upon to acquire your resources, that's starting to run dry if it hasn't already. And y'all looking for the niggas that y'all wasn't giving the time of the day because you was too busy hopping on, doing monkey double backflips on Pookie and Ray Ray. And you know, Kevin pointed out that that door of resources, that door of having a man, that door of having that wing of protection, if you will, under a man, is on the verge of closing. And we can see that because, again, it's becoming a lot more popularized now that you see these bitches up here expressing their frustrations, expression due to the fact that they can't get a man, that they can't get no dick, that they can't get no resources, you know, yada yada yada. Things that some men who were simpish enough and thirsty enough have been bitching and moaning and complaining about for years, and y'all wasn't paying them niggas any time of the day. Y'all didn't care. So let me just start off with this question. What incentive do we have to care? Why should we care if you're horny? Why should we care if you're this pretty? You know, there's a very reason why I go out of my way, and I've been doing this since I I started making videos on my channel, y'all have never seen my face. Y'all have never seen me before. Except for those who know, for those who know who I am, but, as far as work and, people who ran into me and things of that nature. But, the vast majority, say I have a subscriber in Milwaukee somewhere, you don't know what I look like. And I do that for a reason. I'm not trying to put my face out there. And yeah, sure, you probably seen, images of my shadow and whatnot. So you probably have an idea of what I look like, but you don't know what I look like. And I do that because I do that to be very secretive. I do that to be very low key. Kind of like the way I am here. Because think about it now, I'm in a whole different city where I'm gathering resources, and people know me to an extent, but not too many people just know me like that. They don't know who I am, where I'm from, the nature of that place where I'm from. Now, let me point something out for you bitches who are just now expressing your frustrations about the fact that men ain't really fucking with you like that. Because, the answer is simple. We tired of y'all's bullshit. Some of us have taken on the full brunt of female fuckery when it comes to that and all the bullshit that comes along with it. And a lot of us are just fed up. And to add more to the female fuckery, I have a personal story, or something that's going on in my life to an extent. Now, I've been out here for almost 4 years, and I have called myself cold approaching some females, and to no avail. It is what it is. Coach Greg Adams said it's gonna get to the point in place where you just gonna have to pay for it. I'm like, well, fuck it, shit. I was just trying to figure out if I should be paying for it. But there's this bitch at one of my gyms, because I got memberships at 2 gyms, and how that became. It has to do with the pandemic. That's another story for another time. I'll go into that, another time. As far as why I have 2 gym memberships, because I'm seriously thinking about canceling one. And that one is this gym that I've been going to, since before the pandemic hit. And there's been this chick who's been working there like almost since I've been going there. And not even one time, not once. Now, mind you, I've been going to this gym for almost 4 years, which is to say, I've been seeing this chick for almost 4 years, and to me, at first, she wasn't even visible, like she didn't even exist. But for some odd reasons that I can't explain, and I'm pretty sure I'll never know, she's been acting like, she's been real, like, avoidant of me in the kind of way that women avoid guys that they know are hitting on them, and they're gonna go up to them and step to them and ask, come at them with some lame game, and they're just gonna be in this awkward moment. And I'm here to tell you that that's never happened. Now, in all honesty, have I thought in the back of my mind of doing something like that? Of course. Giving her a chance, if you will, of course. but not once have I ever stepped to her. And if anything, she's been the one who's been, if it's anybody who's been harassing her, I would dare say she's been the one heckling and harassing me. Just being around my orbit. Close enough to have me in plain sight, but far enough to where I'm not in her, where we're just up in front of each other. That type of shit. And I'm here to point something out. It's because of bitches like that, for all you females out here who are genuinely looking for a dude, it's because of bitches like her and bitches in the past that I've had to deal with and all that female fuckery that comes along with it. That's why you can't find no nigga. And I'm here to tell you bitches something. You are setting these bitches up for a bad deal. Now, I'm fully aware that these are chameleons, because it was a couple of years ago that you had these black bitches up here talking about some black men are this, black men are the shit, black men, oh, I love me some black men. And damn well we've heard, that doesn't even coincide with what we've heard our whole lives from black women, and that is black men ain't shit. I can't stand these niggas. Don't even coincide. And I'm here to tell you, you bitches are gonna be the reasons why. You bitches are the reasons why niggas ain't fucking around with the vast majority of y'all like that. We're tired. We're through. And I always said this. I always said that, coming up, the way I was being mistreated by females who, mind you now, like I've said in past time, I wasn't even stepping to. But I just happened to be in hood booger land, and in hood booger land, you don't have to step to the female. The female will step to you and give you her spiel of disapproval. The fact that you don't make her pussy wet, and she'll punish you for it by basically calling you a bitch, just doing all kinds of disrespect shit. Because that's what they learned from their mama. They single in that whole single parent household. And I said this like a damn prophet, that if men get to the point and place where they're being treated the way I've been treated by these, all of these motherfuckers gonna come to the conclusion that I came to and say that these bitches ain't shit, and I might as well just go my own way and leave these hoes alone. And now we see that, where even niggas, even Pookies and Ray Rays, apparently ain't even fucking with black women like that. See, for me, I'm at the point and place where I don't want to have nothing to do with none of you. If you American, I don't want to have nothing to do with you. If a female gonna step, she has to be from Europe. She has to be from Asia somewhere. I would say Africa, but they so hyped up on white supremacy. I'm like, nope, they can't be from Africa either. It is what it is. Because life, for some odd reason, has this thing of giving me the worst examples of the American woman, the African woman. Just the worst examples of everything. And that's what causes me to draw my conclusions about the vast majority of you motherfuckers not being shit. Not just women, I mean the planet in general. I'm like, niggas really ain't shit. And I don't mean niggas as in black folks, I mean people. I'm really trying to say people ain't shit. And given how I've been on the battlefield of life and have chiseled and tooth and nailed my way into some form of a livelihood, all the while building a skill that may take off or may not, I can say that. Because for all you bitches out there who saw me and thought less of me for if or whatever reason, because what those reasons are, we'll never know. It could be due to the fact that I'm a black man in America and all the stigmas and bullshit that come along with that. It could be due to the fact that maybe it is the way I dress. Maybe it is the fact that I'm a bookworm. Because I'm at war against poverty. I'm at war, and what's the main ally of poverty? Ignorance. Ignorance. So if for whatever reason, let me just point out what you shunned and what it's sooner or later going to cost you if you shun not only me but motherfuckers like me. Never mind me, but how about motherfuckers like me? Or motherfuckers who probably are even half of the man that I am. So you shun someone who survived a war zone like Memphis, someone who managed to get his degree out of a place like Memphis, even though that ain't nothing to brag about, because that degree ain't hitting on nothing. Those degrees ain't hitting on nothing. But still managed to come out to Denver, Colorado. Sooner or later, even though I'm not there yet, I'm on the verge of pulling 52,000. And I'm on the verge, if there's anything of a society left by the time I get started, we'll be going back to school for STEM, and I know some 40 plus languages. And by STEM, I mean science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Going back to school for bioengineering, computer science, minor in biochemistry, and mechanical engineering. Skills, all of which equate to money, 6-figure incomes. Did I mention I speak 40 plus languages? And that I got business cards out there promoting that? That's what you threw away. Oh, and I'm with the shits. And I'm with the shits. So as far as, oh, well, you can't protect me, I got all kinds of weapons, knives, swords. Sooner or later I'm gonna be getting my gats because I'm not a criminal. So I can easily walk into a gun store and purchase a firearm. And I finally got the resources to do it. And on top of that, food, emergency food. For when, depending on how bad things are really going to get, like if there's, whether it be a government shutdown or a complete total economic collapse. Because this was something along the lines of which Kevin Samuels was talking about. And I'm not sure whether or not he was talking about, because sure, we've had government shutdowns before. Hell, we had it during the pandemic. But if he is talking about complete, total economic collapse, where it ain't gonna be no food going to the stores, it ain't gonna be no gas, it ain't gonna be no kind of resources whatsoever, I'm here to tell you, you bitches done fucked up. In my own personal life, y'all done fucked up. Oh, not to mention I'm a gym rat. I mean, I'm not saying this to say that, oh, well, you bitches should be looking for me. I'm that nigga. I'm not like, no. Keep that. I'm telling you to keep that same energy. But at the same time, I'm telling you what you got rid of, what you disposed of. Because this is just part of your mating rituals. This is just how you choose. And logically speaking, it don't make any sense. And I'm here to tell you, by the time you realize that you done fucked up, I'm like, bitch, I knew you fucked up. What you just now realized, we been realized that shit some 20 plus years ago. You just now figuring it out. And I'd be like, no, you keep that same energy. Because I've been through. I'm done fucking with y'all. I'm just here to point out, like I said, what y'all threw away. over some, in the Roadrunners case out at that gym, probably over some airhead, because it was a Becky. I dare say a struggle Becky. I dare say a mud shark Becky. Because sometimes you can look at white girls, and sometimes you can tell, or to a, at some, so more or less extent, she deal with niggas. But this is what you threw away. You threw away a nigga who can cook, who speaks a multitude of languages, who can fight, who has access to the weapons that I'm telling y'all I'm gonna get sooner or later, or dare I say sooner than later, and who can hunt, or who will be hunting soon enough. That's what you got rid of. Off of what? A whim? A whim that, in the bullshit narrative that, this society puts out as far as for us black men. I've seen bitches settle for dudes for less, or get with dudes for less. Niggas way fatter than me, because as fat as I like to think I am, I'm not that fat. Like, I'm, compared to what I used to be, I'm fat, because I'm a good 185. So I ain't necessarily no bodybuilding nigga, but I just pressed, so I guess you can say my max is 205. So I ain't on some Arnold Schwarzenegger shit, but I ain't no couch potato, and I ain't no Steve Urkel ass nigga, is my point. And in other words, I'm a whole waste. I'm a waste of a whole nigga. I'm a waste of a whole producer. And it kind of reminds me when I just before I left Memphis, there was this dude, back when I was telling him of all the languages that I know, that he was trying to. It's like he was trying to defy the system, because he was one of the very few who saw it, but the system was so damn corrupt that they just didn't see it. But he did say this, so this is out of the horse's own mouth, that you would be a waste of talent. And I think this city needs something like that. Oh well, come on now, it's Memphis. Memphis ain't got no use or need for polyglots, despite the fact that they got FedEx, and despite the fact that they got the Memphis, you said it, the Memphis International Airport. Foreigners from all over around the world going there, but they don't need people who speak languages. Well, if you don't need motherfuckers who don't speak languages, you obviously don't need bioengineers and computer scientists or programmers either. So, since so many of us men, including myself, decided to not go the Elliot Rodger way, which, is creepy, and I'm here to tell you I don't do shit like that. What reason I got to do shit like that? And see, bitches like this Roadrunner bitch, this Roadrunner looking ass bitch, it's almost like they try to make this scene, they try to do these things to make this narrative as if you're going after them. And I'm here to tell you, let me be the one to clear all doubts. This ain't that. That ain't happening. I got way too much on my plate to be chasing some Roadrunner looking ass feminazi bitch. Especially, like I said, in a city like this where booty meat is all over the place. It's the altitude. Yeah, it's the altitude of the area. It's not hot like that, so people gain weight, and and that weight is retained in their butts. But in her solipsistic, narcissistic mind, like they all think, they the only one that you want, and you don't want them at all. You up here looking at. But that's neither here nor there. But in case you're trying to figure me out, For any of these crusty bitches who think they know me, or for any of these crusty bitches back in Memphis who do know me, this is what you threw away. You know, and it's almost like the same story and the same classical narrative with with the nerd that y'all get rid of, and he ends up becoming, the owner of a Fortune 500 company because you was choosing him over Pookie and Ray Ray. And I'm like, I'm kind of that mix between Pookie and Ray Ray and the Steve Urkel there. I got the brains and the bronze. And y'all threw me away. But now, y'all getting on YouTube bitching and moaning and complaining that you can't find no man. I mean, make that make sense to me. That just don't make no sense. Make that make sense. But don't worry. I won't come looking for you bitches. I ain't looking for y'all like that. Because like I said, this we ain't on no Elliot. I mean, we're red pill. We're MGTOW. This is what we do. We block, ghost, and ignore. And we close our wallets. But I'm here to tell you, though, that during the 35 years of my life, and I've been really thinking about this shit, y'all had so much time, especially you black bitches. Y'all have had so much time to ensnare a nigga, to entrap a nigga, to get a hold of a nigga's resources. And y'all just been bugging. Y'all been bullshitting. And now that a nigga ain't fucking with y'all like that, and now that my prophecy has indeed come into fruition, niggas in general ain't fucking with y'all like that. Y'all up here saying something. And I'm here to tell you, it's because of bitches like Roadrunner over there and all these other strags in past time. They are the reason. Y'all need to understand this. They are the reason why you can't find no man. They are the reason why not just in this country, but globally, all around the world, birth rates are in the negative. Negative birth rates. There are negative birth rates all around the globe. Not just in Japan, all across Europe. Various European countries ain't having babies like that. Ain't nobody fucking. And of course, here in America, ain't nobody fucking like that. So let me ask you bitches something. Now that y'all's effing movement, now that y'all have just about, I'll be damned. I lost my cig. Ain't that some bullshit? And I smoked on one, but I seem to have lost the other. I had two. And for the life of me, I can't see. So I could probably fell out this damn worthless ass bag. That's some bullshit. It's fucked up. Oh well. Anyway. What y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do when the real creeps come around and resources are low? And niggas in general just say, fuck all this bullshit and fuck y'all, and motherfuckers just start abandoning you. All these bullshit games that y'all been playing. All this shit as far as relying on the system to take a man to the cleaners once he puts a ring on your finger. And a lot of us men that you claiming and bitching about that you can't get, we're looking at the fence. We see the snares and traps. Not to mention the years of female fuckery that we've had to endure. Never mind that. We just see, we're over by the fence and we see all the bullshit that's going on in this country. The fact that Dr. Dre has to pay fucking $300K a month until that worthless bitch Nicole Young decides to marry off to someone else. That's some bullshit, bro. That's just some, like, at this point, that right there ought to tell every man in this country that there ain't no incentive to get married. And if it ain't no incentive to get married, it damn sure ain't no incentive to be out here dating. That's why niggas ain't fucking with you like that. You're too much of a damn liability. You're too much of a damn risk. Need I bring up Cosby? Need I bring up what just happened to Cosby? You bitches drank the Kool-Aid of that feminist movement to the point and place, and then, you know, you was screaming to be equal. You was screaming to be, and we all knew it was some bullshit. Because rumor has it that they're trying to mandate selective service for females. So that means that means, guess what? You get to be out there on the battlefield with the big boys. You know, you get to fight just like one of the guys. Hey, equal rights, right? You get to get out there into that combat zone, and you get to kill what the guys have to kill. And apparently y'all folded. A lot of y'all didn't want to do that. There was some rhetoric talking about, you know, that our place is in the kitchen. See, back in World War II, if females from that period, looked at how y'all are now, they would have been like, you bitches and lost y'all damn minds. And y'all just don't know y'all place for whatever reason. And mind you now, this was at the height of at the very least, the third wave of the feminist movement. And even those bitches understood their place as a female, the role that they play as a woman. That's why during the war effort, they didn't fight as soldiers. They were the nurses. They were the fucking they were the ones who built the weapons, the bullets, the guns. But this has been a long time coming. I mean, it had to, this madness that we've been seeing with, you know, the educated female who's been choosing, you know, her career, the career lady who chose career over a family, and if she does get a guy, she's making him submit to her and all this other crap, and his beta male ass is going on, simp ass is going along with it. This madness had to stop at some fucking point. And the fact that you couldn't see that, the fact that you couldn't even see the consequences of your actions, it just goes to show who really the weakest link really is when it comes to the species. And if you think what I'm saying is harsh, if you think what I'm saying is so chauvinistic, I encourage you, Horace, to read this book by this lady's name, and I do say right, this lady, Esther Vilar, The Manipulated Man. If you think what I'm saying is so fucked up, read The Manipulated Man by Esther Vilar. Because what she says about you bitches is, and she pulls no punches, and you know, she's probably dead now or very old, because this book was written back in the 70s. And that book will basically tell you everything you need to know about what a man is, what a woman is, and the roles that we play in society, and how society manipulates it, and how women, you know, take advantage of that manipulation. And it's crazy because as old as that book is, it sounded as if it pertained. It sounded like as if this lady wrote it yesterday. Because that's just how much it pertains to today's society. And that's something that I wouldn't sign up. I'd sign up for the army. I'd sign up for the draft before I would marriage, knowing what marriage is now. Shit. You crazy? And have most, if not all, let alone half my shit go to some bitch who mind you now, because here's a question that I have to raise. For all the bitches that I had to endure, bitches that I never stepped to, bitches that I never asked to go on dates, none of that shit, but yet who were around in my orbit, trying to orchestrate, trying to triangulate, trying to manipulate, as if I'm some sort of creep who's going after them, who's trying to get with them, who's trying to do this and trying to do that. Probably just off of shits and giggles. And of course, woman's kryptonite, attention. What I've been doing has been I can't even put a number on it because I don't know. I can't determine whether or not I've been doing this for 20 years. I've been doing this for 15 years. All I can say is that, it started back when I was 15 as far as learning Spanish and, the whole foreign language thing. The whole foreign language gig. How many of those bitches that I just aforementioned had anything to do with what I've created, what I've, sat back and devoted practically a lifetime, 2 decades, and still going, as far as the understanding of the acquisition of foreign languages, the understanding of as far as how to acquire foreign languages. How many of them bitches had anything to do with that? And we could ask the very same thing as far as women who've come into the lives of men and taken half their shit and their assets, like George Lucas, like Dr. Dre. What did their wives, their ex-wives, have anything to do with Star Wars, with Indiana Jones and NWA? They didn't have shit to do with it. But here they are, praying mantis in these motherfuckers, taking half they shit, half they assets. So that right there just tells you, like, you can miss me all the way with that. Oh, that creep stalker, yeah, he's being a creep, he's a rat. Like, miss me with that shit. Because the minute, say in the rare event that my quote-unquote invention or discovery, if you will, actually hits on something and a nigga bringing home some paper, here you are. Not females who are cooperative, not females who actually know their place as a woman. No, it's gonna be your ass. And I'm here to tell you, I'm fucking sick of it. I've had enough of it. I had enough of y'all. And all I'm gonna say is, I'm gonna need you to keep that same energy. If I was a creep then, I need to be a creep now. I'm gonna need you to think of me as a creep now. Because I'm like, fuck all that. Now that you see me with some success and I got this and that, and like, nah, keep that same energy and go over there with that bullshit. And let me just find a group of females who actually do, want to deal with me, and while being in their feminine frame, while I'm in my masculine frame. Keep that same energy, bro. Because that's some bullshit. What happened to these men? Now, with Dr. Dre, apparently, he kind of did some sucker shit by still, apparently, Nicole Young was already betrothed to some basketball player on the LA Lakers. So, I mean, I can't, As much as I'd like to be mad about that shit, I'm like, nah, he did some sucker shit, so he's probably just getting his dues from karma. So it is what it is with that nigga. I mean, shit, it is what it is. Y'all know how grimy that rap game is anyway. That's why I never placated to it. I never fuck with that because I always saw it. I always saw it for the snare and the trap that it always has me in. And clearly we see it to this day. Niggas gunning each other down like it's going out of style due to rap music, due to that drill music. So it is what it is. But the fact of the matter is, whether you want to admit it or not, whether you bitches want to admit it or not, you American bitches, fact of the matter is, like it or not, I'm a producer. Now, I'm not like your Bubbas, your struggle brads, your struggle chats that you do choose to, ironically enough, fuck with and get with, and then only after the fact that he does you wrong and leave you with a bunch of kids, all of a sudden he ain't shit, and all of a sudden just now he's a deadbeat, right? And it kind of reminds me of what Bill Cosby said about the black community and how a lot of these motherfuckers work so hard to be ignorant. Well, I'm here to say a lot of y'all fought so hard to keep me ignorant, and I fought just as hard to fight back against that shit and not be on some ignorant shit, but to be on some knowledge shit. This is why you always see me studying, because I'm a producer. And a lot of y'all don't like it. I know y'all don't like that shit. I know y'all don't like that shit. I honestly think the whole idea of me, doing what I do, being a producer that I am, and finally running into a female who is cooperative in this country, that's just too much like right. And y'all just too much like wrong. And that's exactly why I don't want to fuck with y'all like that. Y'all ain't hitting on, a lot of y'all ain't hitting on none. A lot of y'all ain't got nothing, and a lot of y'all ain't even got, like I said, a pot to piss in or one to throw out, or a window to throw it out. While you up here, you're projecting. Is what you're doing. You're projecting. A lot of y'all are praying mantises. A lot of y'all are leeches. A lot of y'all are parasites. That's why you're getting on YouTube bitching and moaning that you can't find no niggas. And another thing. Speaking of Pookie and Ray Ray, let me ask you, I've been thinking about this. Let me ask you bitches this. Think about it now. You like thug niggas, right? You know what thug niggas do. Thug niggas bang, they slang, they kill each other. They go to jail, they go to the pen. This is what they do. This is how the culture is. Okay. At some point, especially in the black community, because I'm really directing this towards the community. Because you running fresh out of Pookies and Ray Rays. And because a lot of you bitches are so dumb, you can't even see it. So let me break it down to you. If in the community it's normal, it's part of the culture for niggas to go after each other, to kill each other, and it's something that's been going on since the 70s, for some 50 plus years, and this nigga that you getting with is a Pookie and Ray Ray, and he's out here blowing other niggas' asses off up until the point he either gets locked up and gets his ass blowed off, or both, like that nigga in Chicago getting shot some 64 times after being released from the pen. Okay, with fuck shit like that, or that Indian red dude who got murdered on Instagram. Okay, with bullshit like that going on, right? With bullshit like that going on, where motherfuckers getting shot some 12 times and they struggling to breathe because they got hit in the lungs and the lungs are filling up with blood. Okay, with fuck shit like that going on and with niggas like that you fucking on, how many of them niggas can you honestly say are even available when they're dying off like that? And whose fault is it that they're dying like that? Whose fault is it that you can't find no nigga when these are the niggas that you create as well as procreate? The community creates these niggas, these Pookies and Ray Rays. And now it's gotten to the point where they've shed so much blood, which it don't take it don't take somebody versed in statistics. A mathematician versed in statistics to figure out that it's only a matter of time before those numbers catch up with you. And you're just going to be in a community without a whole lot of Pookies and Ray Rays. And the few who are left are in jail, serving life sentences. While the rest are dead. And I'll tell you bitches something. I couldn't think of a better fate. I couldn't think of a better fate for America. Because if this is the way the mating call and the mating ritual if this is the norm in this fucking country, because like I said, at the height of World War II, this wasn't the norm. And as we know, billions of people died in World War II. And those motherfuckers back then understood their place as a woman and, the dude's place as a man. What y'all doing is y'all waging war against nature. Y'all waging war against the natural order of things, and y'all are paying a nifty price for it. That's what's happening. That's why you can't find no man. You went from, ironically enough, especially towards you black women, even though it definitely applies to white women and American women in general. Ironically enough, it wasn't too long ago, though, you was talking about you don't need no man. And some of us got the message. I'm like, okay, and we're going to hold you to that. We're going to hold that rain check to you. We're going to hold them receipts and them invoices. We're going to tell you what you paid as well as what you owe. Some of us don't forget. I know you think we some dumbasses, but we like, some of us ain't as dumb as we look. Some of us ain't as dumb as this society has conditioned you to think that we are. We ain't as dumb as we look. We remember. The fucked up shit that you put us through when we weren't even checking, when we weren't even fucking with you like that. We remember that shit. So you can understand why a nigga like me don't want to have nothing to do with no black woman. You can understand why a nigga like me don't want to have nothing to do with no American white woman. Surely you can understand that, right? Surely you can understand that. I know you, because again, y'all strive so hard to make me out to be this nigga. I mean, that's all I can put it. Can we just get to the nitty gritty about it? This whole time I've been in this country, y'all have striven so hard to just make me the quintessential nigga. Be that the thug, be that the goon, be that the fruit, be that the entertainer, be that the athlete. Not a thinker. Thinker ain't part of the nigga category in American society. And that's probably why a lot of y'all have just, a serious problem with me, that I've noticed y'all don't really have those kind of problems when you dealing with the typical Negro in this country. So, to sum things up before my battery dies, and this damn video shuts down. As far as you not being able to find a dude, whether that's the side nigga, whether that's the nigga that you use for money, the beta bucks, or the alpha fuck nigga, the asshole, the John, all this whole sphere of disposable niggas who willingly allow themselves to be disposed by you, as far as what you use these tools of men for. And now that you're bitching about you can't find no dude, welcome to our world, bitch. Welcome to our world. Difference is, though, we see life for what it is and say, you know what, I got my resources, I got tangibles, I got things to build up on, because we are producers. So why don't I just focus on those things? Y'all ain't even built like that, but you up here talking about man of this, man of that, man ain't shit. And then you wondering why we ain't fucking with you like that. I mean, make that make sense to me. That just don't, I don't understand that shit. That doesn't make any kind of sense. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and get off this rant and tangent, because like I said, this ain't even some, this was actually something that I was willing to walk away from, but now it's becoming so apparent of, it's becoming a trend, not in this place, not in Denver, and I bet not in Memphis either. I bet places like Denver and Memphis are gonna stick to the same script, and I say by all means do that. You have all rights and privileges to do what y'all been doing, whether that works or doesn't work, plummet to the ground, which it probably will. I'm here to tell you, keep that same energy, because I'm one who does indeed believe that a hard head, it's gonna take some real fucked up, because like I said, I don't know if Kevin was talking about, another government shutdown, or if he was just talking about the whole shebang just going to shit hitting the fan, total global, with at the very least American economic collapse. It's gonna take something drastic and something fucked up before these bitches get in line. And even then, by that time, it's gonna be way too little, way too late. And it goes back to that old saying that a hard feminazi head makes a soft feminazi butt. A lot of you bitches are just stiff-necked, stubborn. And I was kind of feeling what Tequila was saying when she made that little viral, that viral TikTok video about, black women, having outstretched necks, and, the daughters of Zion being haughty. The only problem that I have with that video was the fact that it was Tequila saying it. So it was like it was the right message, but it was the wrong messenger, because of all people who was giving that message, it had to be, goofball like Tequila. Nonetheless, she wasn't necessarily lying. It wasn't like she was bullshitting, not this time anyway. She wasn't necessarily bullshitting about not only the daughters of Zion, I dare say the daughters of Babylon altogether. Haughty, outstretched necks. And any man with any realm of reason ain't gonna want to be within 5 feet of that shit. So I guess we just gonna have to learn this the hard way, because learning it the easy way, that's just too much like right. So we just gonna have to learn this the hard way, and we gonna learn, when the grid goes down, one element after another, that a hard head indeed makes a soft ass. It is what it is. And I will sit back and watch you bitches literally destroy each other, as I'll just sit back and just be laughing at the shit, because I'm like, well, shit, these are the daughters of Babylon. What do you expect? So it is what it is. Let me get off this video before it cuts off into part 2, because I think I've said everything I need to say. So I'll catch y'all in the next vid. I'm out.